welcome to a lunar flow. Today we are flowing with the full moon. So the full moon is on the 20th, it's Sunday, Monday, and the energy is really high. The moon is all the way illuminated. This is a time where there's a lot of illumination. Everything, if you think about the symbology of it, when we have a full moon, creates a lot of light. It illuminates a lot of the night. When you go outside, you can see shadows that are created by the moon, which is just one of my favorite parts of having a full moon. So there are some traditions of yoga that do not practice on a full moon. That even though the energy is really high, it is reserved for more introspective activities, for more, inward stuff. So we are going to move a little bit. We are going to spend some time being still and being quiet and being reflective and just kind of looking inside. So let's start off our practice in a seated position. So cross our legs. You can be in Sukhasana with your heels lined up with your pubic bone, or you can sit cross-legged. Your choice, just pick a comfortable way for you to sit. Then put your hands either on your knees or fold your hands in your lap. And then we'll just all close our eyes. Bring your attention into your body. Notice the skin first. See if you can feel the whole perimeter of your physical being. Notice your clothes on your skin, the temperature that's caressing your skin, the room around you. Recognize the difference between the inside and the outside. This full moon has some Virgo energy. It has some Pisces energy. We've got the sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces. And with this being heightened, this energy being illuminated and kind of brought to the front with this full moon, this is the time where Pisces is the dreamer. It's the mystic. Is the kind of floaty, ethereal vibes that are not quite of this world. And then Virgo is the doer, it's the structure, it's the hammer and the nails. So this is a really good time, a really good couple of days to get clear on your dreams, to get clear on what you want to create for yourself, for your family, for your town. Because we have the capacity to dream it all up. We have the capacity to kind of create that image, that ideal version of the world or ideal version of our lives. We can create it in our mind. And then we have the Virgo energy to help us know what to do to get there. So, whether you have a really clear idea of what your dream is, or you have a really foggy idea of what your dream is, I want you to soften your mind. I want you to soften if you're fixating on this thing, this knowing what it is or not knowing what it is. A lot of times when we fixate on things, we're not open to what is beyond what we're looking at. So let your mind soften up, let your internal vision, your internal focus, just get really soft and let it be playful. And then find a sense of trust in knowing that you'll know what to do. Once the dream is realized, you will know exactly what steps to take in order to bring it down to earth, to ground it down into reality. Bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your low belly. Pause to feel your power, your knowledge. Pause to feel really, really connected to the idea that you can create anything. Allow that feeling, that knowing, kind of bubble up from your belly all the way up towards your heart. Release your hands down behind you. Clasp your hands together near your sacrum, and then press your knuckles down so your arms lengthen, your hands move away from your shoulders. And then take your head to the right side. Let your head just fall nice and heavy. Unclench your jaw, relax your temples. And let your head fall down towards center, down towards your chest. And then bring your left ear over towards your left shoulder. Check back in with your jaw, back in with your temples, your tongue, your lips. Make sure nothing is active. Drop your chin back down towards your chest. Then release your hands, set them down on your knees, lift your eyes up towards neutral, and then put your right hand down next to you. Fingertips out on the ground. Take your left arm up and over, lean to the right side. And then switch. Drop your left fingertips down. Take your right arm up and over, lean to the left side. Bring your spine back up tall. Switch your shin so the back shin comes around to the front side. And then put your right hand down behind you, cross your left hand over to your right knee. Lift your spine and chest up really tall, look back over your right shoulder. Move back through center, switch sides, left hand behind you, right hand over to your left knee. Tall spine, and then twist, look back over your left shoulder. your body back to neutral. Crawl your hands out in front of you and just fold over your crossed legs. Crawl your chest over towards your right thigh, your right knee, and then over towards your left side. And we'll just kind of sweep our spine from one side over to the other. Bring your spine back up. And let's crawl forward to hands and knees. From hands and knees, take a few cats and a few cows. Roll your spine up and down, creating wave-like motions. As your body moves, your breath flows. Allow breath and movement to be really connected, so connected that maybe you can't separate them. And bring your spine back down to neutral. Pick your right knee up out so it points out to the right side of the room. Take a few circles forward with your knee around your hip, and then a few circles backward. And hold your knee out to the side, like a dog on a fire hydrant. Try to bring your pelvis so it's neutral. So our right side will tend to want to lift up here. But we should try to, or imagine that you could balance like a teacup on your sacrum and it would stay. Take some little tiny pulses up and down with your right knee. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your right leg back behind you, stretch it long from hip to heel. And then drop your toes down to the left side of your mat. Look around your left shoulder for your heel. Then lift your right leg straight back behind you and take your left hand forward. Spinal stabilization. Give yourself a solid structure to expand from. So we're stacking right shoulder on right wrist, left hip on left knee. And the stronger our structure, the stronger our base, the more that we'll be able to expand from there. Bring your left hand back down to the ground. Pull your right knee through towards your right elbow. We're going to loop our right leg around our left leg. So then open your feet out towards the edges of the mat and bring your seat down in between your heels. So we've got Gomukhasana legs with our knees stacked one on top of the other. If it doesn't feel good for your body to sit like this, you can sit in an easy seat like we started out our practice. Let's take our arms out into a T and then bring them around in front of you. Eagle arms, right arm under left arm. You can bring your hands to your shoulders. You can also connect your palms or the back sides of your hands, your choice. You listen to your body. We're start to move up and down. Inhale, lift your elbows. And then exhale, drop your elbows around your spine as you're dropping your elbows down. Move up and down with your breath, again, linking breath and movement. So you can't experience one without the other. On your next inhale, bring your elbows back to shoulder height. And then uncross your arms, drop your fingertips out in front of you, fold your way over your knees. Drop your chest down, drop your head down. What's going on around you, what sounds you can hear, what energy you can feel shifting. Try to keep your focus moving in. Keeping a light, soft focus on that dreamy place, ideal creation. Walk your hands back in, lift your chest and spine up tall. Take your legs out in front of you and wiggle out your knees. Let your legs soften. Inhale your hands up high. Exhale, fold your chest down over your thighs. Bring your spine back up tall. Drop your hands down below your shoulders. We're gonna lift up for a reverse plank. So we'll just press into our palms and heels, lift your hips up, let your head fall back so you can see the wall behind you. And then bring your hips back down to the ground. Let's take our legs back behind us and we'll meet back in tabletop. From table, work through a few more cats and cows. And notice your structure, your foundation, and the flow that you can have at the same time. It's perfect for this Virgo Sun, Pisces Moon. We have the structure, the base, the foundation, the hammers and the nails with the Virgo Earth energy. It's like our base, it's our hands, it's our arms, it's stacking our joints to make sure that we're keeping things safe. And then the flowy, dreamy, liquid, water-like movement of our spine up and down is like that Pisces moon. Two things that seem so opposite, so far removed from each other, work together so beautifully to make something that is really good for us. Bring your spine back to neutral. Check your base, make sure your hands are below shoulders, and then lift your left knee up towards, so it's like fire hydrant. We will take a couple big circles with your left knee around your hip and change directions. hold your left knee up so it's parallel with the floor. We want to try to bring our hips parallel with the floor. Contract through your core, lean into your base, lean into that strong right leg. Start to pulse your left leg up and down. Little tiny movements. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your left leg back to the wall behind you and reach your right hand forward towards the front of the mat. Notice your base, your foundation, and also notice how you can expand from there. So if you have a good solid structure beneath you, good groundwork, you can reach a little bit further through your fingers and through your heel. Release your right palm down to the ground. Cross your left toes over to the right side of your mat. Look around your right shoulder for your heel. And take your left heel back behind you. Pull your knee towards your elbow and we'll loop our left leg around our right leg. Open your feet so they move to the sides of the mat and then press down with your hips, dropping your hips between your heels. Stack your ears above your shoulders, above your hips. Good strong foundation. Then take your arms out into a T. Slowly bring them forward, this time bringing the left arm under the right arm. And find your eagle arms, whether that looks like palms together, backs of hands together, or hands to shoulders, your choice. Begin to move your elbows up and down. As we inhale, we lift them up. As we exhale, we lower them down, we round our spine, creating liquid movement with our body. Nice and flowy. Thank you, Pisces. On your next inhale, bring your elbows back up to neutral. Release your arms and crawl your hands out in front of you, lowering your chest down towards your knees, releasing your head forward. You can hold your head in your hands if that feels good. Think about your posture, the position that you're in. We're folding into ourselves. Allow your focus to do just that, fold in. Let it be soft. I know when I am trying to think about something that I want to create, it works so much better when I relax my mind. And I was trying to come up with the name of trilogy. I would get so fixated on it. I would spend time on the thesaurus website, looking up different words and going, I don't know, just a lot of hard thinking. my mind relax, when I let my focus on what I was trying to build go a little bit soft and hazy, that's when the good stuff started coming. Allow yourself to be open to anything that's trying to come through to you. Let's bring our spines back up. Take your legs out in front of you. Give them a little wiggle. And then breathe in, reach your hands up high, and fold your way down over your thighs. Albert Einstein was especially good at letting his focus be soft. He brought in a lot of brilliant ideas. The E equals MC squared, the various equations that he came up with, the different, just all the mental work that he did is so admirable. It's so interesting. He didn't even graduate from high school. He started working at a college as a janitor and eventually got to be a professor. It's been said that he channeled the equations that he came up with. He channeled a lot of the science that he discovered with a loose, soft mind. He had a lot of Pisces in his chart. He was very good at doing the Pisces thing, the dreamy thing, the floaty thing. If we can all just loosen our grip a little bit, or loosen our fixation a little bit. Imagine all the possibilities that could find their way to you once our minds are open and we're not obsessed with one idea. Bring your spine back up. Put your hands down beneath your shoulders. And again, let's take a reverse plank. Press into your hands, lift your hips. Let your head fall back so you can see the wall behind you. Slowly bring your hips back down to the ground. Take your legs open into a V. Shift your weight forward, so if there was water in your pelvic bowl, it would spill forward onto your mat. And then crawl your hands forward. Crawl them away from your hips. Release your chest, release your spine, your jaw, your tongue, your lips, your forehead. And crawl your hands, crawl your chest over towards your right thigh. And then crawl your hands and your chest over towards your left thigh. Crawl your hands and chest back to center. See if you have any more room to settle down. And then move your spine back up to neutral, nice and tall, ears over shoulders over hips, good foundation. Bring your right hand down to your right leg, take your left arm up and over, and then switch sides. We'll just kind of float from side to side. Try to imitate that big fullness of the moon as you switch from one side to the other. Let's do one more on either side. And then come back to neutral. Bring your feet together. So a seated cobbler pose. And you can give yourself a little bit of space so your legs are making more of a diamond shape. And bring your hands under your shins, so your hands land on your mat right next to your feet. And then apply a little bit of force between your arms, your forearms, and your shins. And allow that force to help you pull into a fold a little bit more. And slowly move your spine back up. Release your hands from under your shins. Lift your knees up so they point to the ceiling. And then take your legs out. We're gonna come into a fish pose. So we'll put our hands under our sit bones. Lean back onto your forearms. Press down into your elbows to lift your heart and let your head fall back. Very slowly release your body down to the ground. And then put a bend into your knees. Lift your heels up towards the ceiling. So we're going to be here in this inversion. You can slide over to a wall if you'd like and put your legs up the wall. You can rest them on a chair or on the side of your bed. If you are looking for a little bit more exertion right now, then come and do a shoulder stand. We'll use our hands to lift our hips up. No matter what shape you're in, if you're in a legs up the wall or shoulder stand, express yourself in any way that you'd like. You can take your legs out into a V. You can take them feet together for a Baddha Konasana, like a triple diamond shape. Shoulder stands can find plow pose or deaf man's pose. You are, whatever shape you're in, slowly find your way into Apanasana. So that's when we're on our backs with our knees pulled in towards our chest. Take a moment in between postures to just be. Notice if your mind has become fixated on any one thought or any one train of thought. And then let it soften. Take your right leg out long and your left leg out long. Bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. Take any wiggles or any movements that your body's asking for so you can better surrender. Shavasana. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And bring your knees towards your heart. Place your hands on your knees and open both knees wide to the sides of the room. Slide them forward and make some big circles, just following that same pathway with both knees. Then change the direction of your circles. Bring your knees in close to your body. Cross your legs at your ankles. rock up to a seated position. And rest your hands on your knees, close your eyes. Slide your chin down towards your chest. Take a few slow rolls with your head. Bring your eyes back to neutral. Bring a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly. Let's think about the power of having structure, of having organization, of having the hammer and the nails, the tools that we need. And from that foundation, we can expand, we can dream, we can create, we can build. Notice the beauty in both of those different things. And then once again, let's pause in a place of trust, just knowing that you're going to know the steps to take. You're going to know what tools to use. You're going to know how to organize and how to lay it out to bring your dreams to reality. Connect your hands together at your heart. Bow your head forward, bow your chest forward. With all my love and all my gratitude. Namaste.